You're listening to the Unstoppable Podcast, the go-to place for everyone to learn about the latest innovations in Web3, NFTs, and the decentralized web. Welcome to the metaverse. Can you start walking us through now? Let's pull the differences between your wallet address and an NFT domain. I think a lot of people associate their wallet address or even their Ethereum address as their identity. And an NFT domain can be so much more than just, that address that's associated with your MetaMask, for example. So, can you walk us through some of those differences?
Well, I think the most important thing is that domains are human readable. And this cannot be stated enough. When I'm talking to engineers, I think they underestimate it. Great UX is super important. Everyone who uses the internet goes to a domain now, like google.com. They don't go to an IP address. And that makes it a lot easier to share information about yourself and to allow others to look it up. That's simply, if it did nothing else, that would be enough, right? And I think that's a huge improvement that you need to have. But the other thing that it does, which is really nice, is because it's one level of abstraction above your wallet addresses, is that it's called indirection, that ability to point to a lot of things. And that's super useful. So when you use an NFT domain, you can attach 50 different cryptocurrency addresses to it, right? And those 50 different cryptocurrency addresses can live on 50 different networks. And as things get more complicated, they could even be associated to you could have multiple addresses for your Ethereum address, and they actually just go to 3 different places, maybe because you have a personal, a business, and then a savings account or something. So that level of indirection is going to allow you to point to more things, and it's also much more future-proof. So I think it really comes down to those two things: is that it's human readable, and then that one extra level of abstraction makes it more flexible. So that's why I think it's the next step. And if you think about it, if you go back in time to 1990 or wherever, before domain names, a lot of people associated their website with their IP address. They were like, "What's your website?" And they would say their IP address. And that's what they thought it was, because they were the super early users. And I think it's the same thing right now with people using Ethereum. Is they're like, "Oh yeah, this is my wallet address. That's my ID or whatever." But this is a moment in time, and everyone's going to eventually convert over to using something that's easier to share with others, just like they did with IP addresses 25 plus years ago. So I think it's, we've seen this before. It's going to play out exactly the same way. And it's also going to be super empowering. If we're going to get the non-crypto native people to start using this technology, it needs to be easier.